Rhea, an astronaut, awakened with a cut on her collar. He is odd since he has forgotten his identity, location, and events before he woke up. Checking his surroundings, Rhea comes upon Kevin's corpse, an astronaut. Rhea comes across his other buddy, Captain Audie, shortly thereafter. Rhea thinks Kevin and Audie are dead after observing their bodies. Rhea then restores the system of the station by heeding the AI's instructions. Soon after, he goes outside to investigate. Rhea finds out now she is on another world. Rhea finds it difficult to breathe a few minutes later, which points to the unsuitability of the Earth's air for people. To keep outside air from entering, Rhea rushed back to the station and slammed the door shut for safety. Rhea recalls the past when everything was normal as she battles to breathe. Rhea and her fellow astronauts discuss their intentions for their target planet in this flashback. For the welfare of the population on Earth, it is crucial that Captain Audie reminds them to keep their concentration on their goal. Rhea discovers a medical plaster at the station back in the present. Rhea is better now thanks to this plaster. The station's artificial intelligence warns him a short while later of movement in the outer airspace. Rhea spots Brian, an astronaut who just arrived, when he walks into the room. Brian says he was outside the station tracking an orbital satellite. He came back because Rhea sent an emergency message saying that Clark, their friend, was having a psychotic episode. Brian is beginning to believe Clark is somehow involved in the deaths of Kevin and Captain Audie. Then, Medbot, a Japanese medical robot, looks at Rhea's plaster damage. The test findings reveal that Rhea has memory loss and a fever brought on by a plaster assault. Clark is thought to have launched this attack. Rhea confesses he remembers nothing about Earth after he settles down. Brian elucidates the circumstances to enable Rhea to grasp. Earth had carried out 6 unsuccessful search for a planet like this missions, he informs Rhea. On their 7th expedition, Rhea's astronauts team were the last hope for mankind. Brian then informs Rhea that the name of the planet they reside on is Ash. Rhea then sets out to try to get Captain Audie's and Kevin's bodies out of the station. Brian told Rhea they had to flee the planet Ash immediately because their oxygen level was decreasing. Rhea then recalled Audie had been stabbed with a sharp object when she held a pair of scissors. This remembrance caused Rhea to speculate whether Brian had killed Audie. As time went on, Rhea and Brian sought refuge in a station to avoid the sand dunes blanketing Ash's territory. Rhea remembers a terrible flashback of Clark about this period. Rhea believed Clark was suffering from psychosis and assaulting his buddies because of a virus infection when she told Brian this memory. Rhea thought Clark left the station and went elsewhere because of the same virus. Brian then begged Rhea to let go of Clark's conditions research and move on. A station leak, he said, had recently cost them 30% of their oxygen. Rhea dreamt she killed Kevin near bedtime. Rhea worried the dream could be a memory when she awoke. Rhea then captured a video of the team's activities as she toured the Ash country. The Rhea's crew came upon a hole with high-tech equipment most likely left by aliens as they traveled. Ash's team believed this technology was dispersed throughout several sites on Earth. Soon after, the team chose to test dropping something into the hole. The outcome was a head-destroying energy burst Davis suffered. After the explosion produced a big wind like a tornado in every hole on Earth, the Rhea team was able to escape. Rhea was furious with Brian after seeing this horrible video. Regarding the deaths of her friends in particular, this video might assist Rhea in recovering her recollections. Brian finally concurred. To help Rhea stay focused on their primary goal, leaving the planet Ash as rapidly as possible, he had purposefully concealed the video. Rhea later admitted to murdering Audie and Kevin. She found it difficult though, and couldn't recall why she had chosen it. Rhea therefore felt she had to stay on Ash longer to find out why her friends had been murdered. Brian, nevertheless, pushed Rhea to embrace her circumstances. Their goal, he said, was considerably more crucial than Rhea's memory problems and the deaths of her friends. Before leaving for the ship, Brian placed a medical plaster on Rhea's body to keep her physical condition stable. Rhea then gently peeled off the plaster till Brian remembered Captain Audie very well as he left to get ready. Rhea resisted Captain Audie's assault in this recollection. I'm not sure why, but Audie has clearly changed and is attempting to kill Rhea. Rhea defied death and had to stab Audie several times with scissors to get by. Seeing this memory made Rhea go to Brian to share her hunch that the virus had spread among their friends, including Clark. Rhea was startled to find an astronaut at the station as she passed. Rhea ran away, believing the astronaut was in danger, and by chance came across Brian, who had died with a shattered face. Rhea faced the astronaut after summoning her bravery. He had oddly changed his face. Rhea used a medbot to check Clark's condition once the crisis was over. He turned out to be Clark. Clark really passed away as he ran out of breath since his helmet was full of water. Clark's body was found to be free from the virus. Rhea is now wondering what brought about Clark's transformation. Rhea headed for the plane once she had Clark's body back where it belonged. Rhea ran into issues with the plane's systems when she arrived, which kept her from flying. The plane had to leave soon so it could return to the orbital satellite without problems. Rhea opted to use a medbot to see Brian's state given the plane's problems went unattended. It turned out Brian had died after a pile of items fell on his face, struck him. The artificial intelligence warned that an unusual living thing was approaching the station after some time. Rhea grabbed a gun as she went to meet the monster in readiness for the attack. Rhea was then startled and perplexed as the creature was Brian, who was plainly dead. To address Rhea's inquiries, the monster ultimately recovered all of her memories. From here, at last, Rhea's memories surface. A group of parasites from planet Ash invaded the station not long after Davis died. Rhea's team then went over the study results. They discovered that the station was infested with parasites, which were beginning to spread. Captain Adi chose to fly the crew off the planet and back to the orbital satellite to keep them safe from the parasites, following safety guidelines. Rhea, though, didn't like Adi's proposal, as she thought they had to keep researching the parasite until they found something. Rhea thought the parasite would help them find the technology that shapes the Earth. This technology is known to be in every hole on planet Ash. If people were able to acquire the tools, Rhea maintained that they could readily transform poisonous air into clean air. Rhea covertly looked at the parasite sample, then determined the entity could reproduce itself. Adi then acted on Rhea's advice, which caused the parasite to burst out and get into Adi's nose. The parasite at this point assumed control over Adi's body and used it to assault Rhea. We then witnessed Rhea repeatedly stabbing Adi with scissors. But Adi could still live and strike back because the parasite controlled him. With a sharp object, Kevin grabbed Adi's neck until the parasite came out of his body. But then, Kevin's ear was invaded by the parasite, which took over him. Rhea's skin was damaged by the parasite assault. Clark appeared and stopped the assault just as the parasite was ready to kill Rhea. The parasite stopped chasing Clark a few seconds later and turned its focus to hunting Brian. Clark followed Rhea's instructions and went to the plane to save himself. The parasite killed Brian by striking him in the face with a blunt instrument, while Rhea remained concealed at the station. Not long after, Rhea resolved to face the parasite. Kevin at that time took back some control of his thoughts and ordered Rhea to kill him in order to get rid of the parasite. Rhea stabbed Kevin in the heart at his request. A few seconds later, the parasite left Kevin's body and crawled into Rhea's cut. Rhea took a unique medicine to weaken the grip of the parasite, even though it did not entirely dominate her body. She slept at the station alone all day until she awoke with amnesia. Surprisingly, the parasite could speak to Rhea just before she opened her eyes. The parasite wanted to dominate Rhea's body in order to transport her to its people throughout their discussion. The parasite further informed her its people wished humans not to dominate planet Ash, as they knew humans generally bring damage. Rhea found the parasite had turned her body into a nest once she saw the memories. Rhea further came to see that Brian, who had been with her since she forgot her memories, was really a parasite. Rhea checked her body with a medbot, even if the parasite wasn't fully under control. She learned she carried a brain parasite. Rhea bravely decided to undergo brain surgery to get rid of the parasite. She passed out from the parasite's resistance during the operation. Finally, the parasite was removed from Rhea's brain during the operation, which let her resume a normal life. Regrettably, the parasite had command of Brian's dead body and assaulted Rhea using it. Seeking revenge, the parasite used all its energy to try to murder Rhea. Rhea attacked together in this perilous circumstance, infecting the parasite. Rhea at last killed the parasite using a flamethrower. She hurried to the plane after that, as there was still time to leave orbit gently. Rhea was able to fix the plane's system on her way, enabling her to flee from Ash. Rhea then felt grateful that she was immune to the parasite assault halfway through the trip to orbit. But Rhea also felt unhappy since she had lost her teammates. Remembering the good times with her friends, Rhea at last was able to view the circumstances favorably.